Hello and welcome to another episode of Roadrex. Today I want to bring you an absolute German legend from the mid-90s. So, in 1995, Daewoo announces that it's planning to build a factory in the UK. Rover Group announces the sale of its new MGF on sale in September. Vauxhall unveils its new range of Vectra in estate and saloon, hopefully to sweep the market off its feet. Not that they did that. But today, right on time. So I want to introduce you today to my mate Ben. He happens to be the owner of one of the most legendary cars in the 90s, a BMW E39 in touring form. Right, Ben.
Yeah.
Today you brought us your magnificent 530D Touring.
I have indeed.
What made you choose a E39?
So the original idea was because my dad had one ever since I was little, really. He had a 525i touring in topaz blue.
Well, in E39 form.
Yeah, E39. Yeah.
Yeah.
He bought that as a write-off.
Oh, really? Well, it was already in an accident,
It was already an accident.
Oh, no.
Went for a picket fence. But it wasn't that badly damaged. He repaired it, and yeah, he had that for about 6 years. So that's my fond memory of him.
Yeah.
So I've had three.
Three already?
Actually, no, four. This
Four?
is yeah.
And you're only what? Was it 21?
22.
22.
Yeah.
Oh, much older.
yeah. So the first one I had was a 523i. And my second was a 525 diesel touring manual. And then I bought this from a lovely old lady called Beryl.
Oh.
I bought it for
One careful lady owner, maybe?
I wouldn't say that. It's probably been around, I think I'm a fourth.
Oh, okay.
But it's only done. It's just clocked up to nearly 106,000.
That's not bad. That's quite low mileage for one of these things, because obviously they were designed for, big motorway munchers.
Yeah.
For reps and family use.
No, yeah, it's I bought it when it had done 87,000. So I've put on.
So you already racked up the miles on it. 20% of its mileage already.
And I only bought it in March.
March?
Yeah, it's never let me down. Always started, and yeah, it's just such an iconic shape, and I love it.
Yeah, no, I have to admit, having had an E39 myself.
Yeah.
Albeit in the M5, guys, I absolutely love these things. Yeah. Although I have to say they are magnificently heavy.
Yes.
Even though they have an aluminium subframe at the front, and most of the front suspension components are aluminium.
Yeah.
They're still, what was it, 1,800 kilos? 1,850 kilos.
Yeah.
That's 100 kilos heavier than mine.
Yeah. It's a heavy old beast. It's mainly most of the weight comes from the cast iron block.
Yeah.
Fully cast iron. The only thing that's plastic on it is the rocker cover gasket, and they like to go. But
the one thing that always fails.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Currently got a bit of a coolant leak, but we'll skip over that.
No, we have to forgive. We have to forgive these old cars.
Exactly.
Their little foibles.
Yeah.
Because they're still incredible cars.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we also have to mention in 1995 the competition to this car was the Mercedes-Benz Estate W210.
Yes.
Which was fresh out the factory, and the Volvo S40, which I don't think that would have given it much competition. Do you?
No, not at all.
No.
I think they came with 1.8 petrols mainly. I think that's what mainly sold.
Yeah.
And
what, the Volvos?
Yeah. I mean, my granddad had a V40,
Yeah.
It was in a lovely green colour, but all the rest of it was awful,
Oh, dear.
absolutely dreadful. I remember sitting on his lap when he was when I was little, and he used to let me drive it. So I used to have my hand on the wheel, but he would like do the gearbox and stuff.
So your introduction into
that was
driving.
my introduction into driving.
Excellent.
And I was about 5.
Although, one thing that I will mention is you do know the NCAP rating on this car.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 stars for the occupant.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine if you're in the car.
Yeah, yeah. If you're out of the car, it's not quite so lucky because on that front we got a 1 out of 4 stars for the pedestrian. So, as long as the car's okay,
that's the main thing.
Yeah, of course.
That's all that counts.
Yeah. As long as the car's okay and you're inside the car,
exactly.
Then you're perfectly safe.
Yeah.
Right. So enough chit chat.
Yeah.
Let's go for a drive.
May as well.
In your leisurely cruiser.
Yeah, with the lovely slush box.
Yeah. One of the things that I love about these cars is that they're so comfortable to drive.
Yeah.
And to be sat in.
Yeah, it's just so smooth. It's just effortless.
Well, what do you think of your auto gearbox so far?
Oh, absolutely love it. I really don't. No, it's one of the things that really does let this car down.
What is it, a 5-speed?
Yeah. They're all in there somewhere.
Is there a 5-speed automatic?
Yeah.
So you've got your Tiptronic function on there?
Yeah. It works to an extent. It does what it says on the tin. I mean, it's a GM gearbox. It's not going to be the best in the world. It's not a ZF.
Yeah.
I mean, it does what it does, and that's about it.
You put your foot down, it just about allows you to give you that surge of power from the big inline 6 diesel engine there.
Yeah, the power's there. It's M57 rather.
Yeah.
D30.
How much power does that put out?
193, they say.
Yeah. What about torque?
Oh, torque. I think it's in the late 400s.
400?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of torque then.
Yeah, it's a fair bit, and it gives you all in one go as well. So once you get to about 3,000 RPM, that's when it all comes in.
Yeah.
But 2.5's alright. It's just the gearbox really lets it down.
Are you craving more power?
I'm definitely craving a manual gearbox.
Yeah.
A bit more power would be nice.
You haven't got any massive turbo upgrades on the cards or anything?
I was toying with it at one point.
Yeah.
I might go ahead with it. But it's a lot of work. I mean, it's alright now because I've got another car, so I can get the work done on this what I need to.
Bing.
apparently it's minus 40.
Something you need to know about. Minus 40.
Apparently, yeah. I don't think it's quite that cold, but the temperature sensor.
So what about I've noticed that the steering on this is really heavy. Is there a reason for that, or is it just normally heavy? Because I never noticed that never had any trouble with heavy steering on my old E39. So it's just a different setup, or what?
Yeah. So the setup's different because in the M5, which you had, was a steering box.
Oh, okay.
Whereas this is a steering rack.
Is it rack and pinion? Is it?
Rack and pinion, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the steering's really direct.
Yeah.
There's no play in it, nothing at all.
Do all your buttons on the steering wheel still work?
This side doesn't.
Oh, with 50, that's not bad. 50%.
I mean, it's mainly because of the aftermarket.
Oh, I changed the stereo.
Yeah. So I do need to sort that out at some point.
Yeah.
It's got a 15-inch sub in the boot. All the speakers have been upgraded to their bass face.
Yeah.
They're not the best in the world, but they're 100 watt RMS, 200 watt peak, so they're loudspeakers. It's my forever car, one that's never going to leave me.
It's your rolling project type thing.
It's the rolling project, yeah.
And you've got another car as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a Mark IV Golf.
Yeah.
It's a PD150, so it's badged as a GTI on the back apparently.
Really?
But yeah,
Selling a lie.
yeah. But that's what it came with from factory.
Really?
Yeah, it came with a GTI badge on the back because the GTD didn't exist at the time.
Oh, okay.
So it's really a GT TDI.
Okay, so it's like their top spec diesel.
Yeah.
Which is the equivalent of the GTI.
Yeah, pretty much.
I quite like the wheels you've got on.
Yeah, they're BBS Rondells.
Yeah. Everybody loves a BBS rim on a BMW.
Oh yeah. I can't remember the style. But yeah, no, I've had so many people ask me to buy them. And I was like, no, they're not going anywhere. They're only dinky, they're only 17s, but they just look so nice.
Yeah, they do look quite smart, like tucked underneath the wheel arches, because they're quite small wheel arches, aren't they? For a big car.
Yeah, they are. But I suppose the biggest you could get at the time was 18s, really, in this form.
Yeah. Does your split rear hatch still work after all these years?
It does still work.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I mean, the gas struts have gone a bit, so there's a broom handle in there to hold them up at the moment.
No, we don't worry about that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it all still functions, all still works.
Do you know, I can't remember the last time I came across an E39 Touring and the rear hatch still split.
Yeah.
Because they always go.
Yeah, they do. So my old silver one I had, the 525 diesel Touring manual. That had done 216,000 miles by the time I got rid of it. I bought the car, it had a slipping clutch, and it still slipped when I sold it. So I basically ran it into the ground. Some bloke bought it for 650 quid, and I think it's on the road now. He must have repaired it. So I paid 650 quid for it, and I got 650 quid back.
Excellent.
So I had about 15,000 miles of driving, and I did absolutely nothing to the car.
So how many different versions of the diesel of this did they do then? Because I know that they did the 525 and the 530, but for some reason I was under the impression they did a 535 as well.
No, you can do 535. So originally what they brought out was the 525 TDS.
Oh right.
So that was in the old E34.
Yeah.
So all of that.
Yeah, the predecessor to this one.
Yeah, so the predecessor to this.
And then obviously you had the E60, which was the newer version of this.
I'm really not a fan of that one, if I'm
Didn't
honest.
like the E60, no?
No, really not a fan. It's too Americanised.
Yeah?
Yeah, because the designer that designed the car was an American. I can't remember his name. But I know the man who designed this was Japanese.
Yeah.
So that's why it's quite elegant. And
okay, fair enough.
it's just a very good looking car. In my opinion, the best 5 Series ever made. Just because it's so versatile. And it just stands the test of time. There's still many of them on the road.
Yeah, I've got to say, out of the E34, the E39 and the E60, even up to and including the brand new version of the 5 Series, this is still...
Yeah.
It stands out above the rest as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Even with a few miles on the clock.
Yeah, oh definitely. It's definitely king of its day. I think the best generations of BMW was the early 2000s, late 90s.
Yeah, definitely.
I do really love an E36, an E46, an E38. Really like an E38.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for an E46 as well.
Yeah, it's just because they were built so well.
So, what's your long-term plans then for this particular BMW?
So the long-term plan is...
You got a future?
Yeah, definitely got a future.
Yeah.
I I mean, it's going to be with me till I'm dead.
Yeah, have to pry the keys from your cold dead fingers.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the government aren't taking it off of me if they get rid of diesels and petrols.
Now, obviously, you've got the new car tax that comes in April. Does that affect you quite a bit with this, being a big engine, a diesel?
No, the reason why is because it's older. It's all the modern vehicles that are really getting taxed harshly.
What about insurance as being a young guy as well? Because I would imagine, I mean, for me, being old, it's relatively cheap for my V8, but I mean, it must be quite high for a big car for you as a young guy.
I mean, in the rates of what insurance is for my age, it's quite cheap. If I'm honest, it's £126 a month.
No, that's not too bad.
And
I mean, it's not cheap, but that's not too bad.
No,
for a big car.
Yeah, and so I've got my car policy. So the Golf's on it as well.
Oh,
and the Golf's like £70.
Nice and cheap.
Yeah, cheap and cheerful. So we like it.
Well, it's nice to know that these old cars are loved by the younger generation as much as my generation and even Rich's generation.
Yeah.
So I love seeing these things still on the road, and of course I really like seeing how the younger generation really adore them as much as I did when I was younger.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's important.
Yeah, definitely. Do you hear that? It's important to keep your old car on the road. So that about wraps up this episode of Road Wrecks for this week. Thank you very much to Ben for bringing his absolute bruiser of a German car with him.
Thank you very much for having me on the channel.
Oh, we appreciate you having you here. And hopefully we'll see you out and about on the road.
Yeah.
Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe at the bottom of the screen right now. And we'll see you all again next time.